Alright, here we go with another one. 1940 coins that are worth a lot of money, guys. We are going to go over some really rare coins, very valuable coins, something you don't want to miss because a lot of the times it is a small detail that you can simply overlook. But let's hop into this video. This coin right here has a face value of 1 cent, but they're selling online for a lot more money. In my personal opinion, do not get a coin like this one graded. It has no mint mark below the date. The mint mark just means where it's produced. If your coin has no mint mark, that means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. This person probably spent anywhere from $15 to $25 grading this coin unless they had some sort of bulk deal where they were getting a big discount by grading a lot of coins. To summarize, this coin sold for 34 bucks, so they did not make that much money on this coin. This is a mercury dime, so before the Roosevelt dimes, the US had mercury dimes and they looked just like this. This coin is a 1940S mercury dime graded by PCGS at a mint state 67. Now, to keep this very short, it sold for $360. So if you have a mercury dime and it looks like it's in really good condition, there's a chance that you should get it graded because it could be worth a lot of money. $660 for this 1940 5-cent Jefferson nickel. We're going to break this one down. PCGS graded it at a mint state 67 plus. That is a very, very high grade. Remember, 70 is the highest achievable grade when it comes to grading your coins. This one also got a plus designation. Now the plus sign comes after the grade because a coin grader said, hey, this coin looks very, very nice. I think it's getting close to the 68 grade, but it's not quite there. For the 67 grade, it looks really, really good, guys. So they got the plus grade. It may seem silly, but in the grand scheme of things, the plus designation does add value, okay? It's going to make the coin worth more money. Big thing you want to look for on this one is looking on the back of the coin above Monticello. By the way, that's Jefferson's old house there, and the name of it was Monticello. Above the word Monticello, you're going to see these full steps. Now, these steps are very important because they are the highest point on the coin, they get worn down the quickest, and they are the hardest to strike during the minting process. That means that if you have a coin that gets designated as a full steps coin, that will increase the value, definitely. Understand also that if your coin is below a mint state grade, a company like NGC and PCGS will simply not designate your coin as a full stepped coin. It seems a bit silly as they wouldn't do it, but collectors only really care about full steps on mint state coins. Mint state just means anything graded 60 or higher. Mint state also means that it never went out into circulation. It pretty much went straight from the US Mint into a collection, okay? These are very highly sought after coins, but they are possible. People are finding and selling them daily online. $1,140 for this 1940D 1 cent coin here. You can see on the back of the coin, this is still a wheat cent coin. I love it whenever I find a wheat cent coin. It feels like I found something really, really rare. In this specific instance, they did find something rare, guys. This one was graded by PCGS at a mint state 67 plus. Now again, another coin with a plus designation, but I want to assure you, the plus sign is not something that is often given. It's very, very challenging to get that plus designation, and it does increase the value of the coin. Ironically enough, we're going over a few coins that have plus signs, but I digress. This one also has a bit of toning going on with the coin. You can see the coloration of the coin is a bit out of the normal. That's because the coin was stored in a way that changed the color of the coin a bit. Toning can either increase or decrease the value of your coin based upon the eye appeal and what a collector is willing to pay. Understand that this coin sold for $1,140, and if you have one, you want to keep it very, very safe. $3,360 for this 1940 no mint mark coin. So the previous coin had a D mint mark. This one has no mint mark below the date, which means that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now, here is why this is so important, guys. This one got graded at a 68 grade. Please, I don't want to get your hopes up. The chances of you getting a grade this high are slim to none, but it is possible. I like my odds here much better than if I was, say, gambling at a slot machine. I am not a gambler. I'm not endorsing that whatsoever, but this has a bit of a more fun aspect to it, especially if you're like me and you enjoy coin collecting. This 1940 coin got the 68 grade, like I said, which is only 2 points away from the perfect grade of 70. This one sold for $3,360. Wow, $4,560 for this 1940 25-cent Washington quarter graded by PCGS at a mint state 68. 68. Now let me summarize this very quickly. When it comes to the Washington quarters, guys, unless you have a 1932 coin, which is the first year of issue for the Washington quarter, your coin is likely not going to be worth a ton of money. The big value add comes with that grade. 1940 quarters are typically not worth a lot. If you somehow are able to get a 68 grade or higher, you're going to be in for a very, very nice treat, because this coin sold for $4,560. There is no mint mark on this coin, which means it's a Philadelphia issued coin. Once again, over $4,500. $9,600 for this 1940 5-cent coin. You can see immediately the coloration is different. You have these orange and blue purple colors going on. That is some toning. That is a naturally occurring oxidation process that does happen depending on where you store your coin. The big value add on this specific coin is going to be one, the grade. PCGS graded this bad boy at a proof 68. That's a very high grade. I did say proof. What does that mean? Proof coins are made one by one by mint employees, and they typically have a very shiny, lustrous appearance to them. They are made for collectors most of the time, or they're used as proofs and specimens to see how the coin is going to look in an ideal world before they unlock the floodgates and start producing a lot of coins. This one is very cool because it has an air on it. Now they don't really call it an air, it's more of a variety, but I digress. This has the reverse of a 1938. So look at the front of this coin, understand the dynamics here, flip the coin over and look at the back. If the back of your 1940 coin looks just like this, then you have a 1940 with a reverse of a 1938, which will add tremendous value to your coin, especially if it gets graded at a 68, just like this one did, $9,600. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to first pick up your completely free coin and currency ebook down below. You don't want to miss out on that, and we will see you in the next video.